Hello and welcome to another video. Today we are going to be answering the question, what if Neymar never left Barcelona? In the summer of 2017 the football world was rocked as Paris Saint-Germain paid the €220 million release clause in Neymar's Barcelona contract and made the Brazilian the most expensive player in history. Since then, neither Neymar or Barcelona have got their hands on a Champions League trophy, and many have said the deal was a bad idea for all involved parties. Today, we will look back at what would have happened if the Brazilian had stayed in Spain. In our new universe, the summer of 2017 look very different. Paris Saint-Germain have loaned Kylian Mbappé from Monaco, but they still want another star player. They approach Neymar but they want to stay at Barcelona. The French giants then turned their attention to Alexis Sanchez, who at the time was one of the best players in the Premier League. Arsenal cannot stop him leaving and the challenge joint Paris Saint-Germain. Barcelona, not dealing from the fallout of the Neymar transfer, finalize a deal for Jean-Michel Seri from OCG Nice, meaning they don't sign Paulinho from the Chinese Super League. Ousmane Dembélé stays at Borussia Dortmund. Barcelona are no longer in need of a wide player to replace Neymar. This allows him to stay out of the limelight and be healthy and productive. Arsenal, looking to replace Alexis Sanchez, turn to young Manchester City talent Jadon Sancho, who Borussia Dortmund are no longer interested in. A Dembélé has not left. Looking at the new lineups, Seri slots in on the right of the midfield in Barcelona's famous 4-3-3. The front line is composed of the greatest attacking trident in history. MSN new signing Nelson Semedo slots in a right back. For Paris Saint-Germain, the creativity of Dani Alves, Marco Verratti and Angel Di Maria would be very effective behind the devastating trio of Sanchez, Mbappé and Cavani. Borussia Dortmund would have an unchanged lineup from the year before, would Arsenal as Sancho is unlikely to start at his young age. Surprisingly, the first half of the 2017-18 season stays pretty much the same. The only difference is that Bayern Munich finished top of Group B instead of Paris. Sanchez is unlikely to match Neymar's 6 group stage goal, and without their star man, it seems likely that Paris' home fixture versus Bayern would result in a draw. In January, there is a law of change, but not really for Barcelona or Paris Saint-Germain, but actually Liverpool. There is good news and bad news for the Merseyside club. The good news is that, without the money from the Neymar transfer, Barcelona cannot afford to sign Philippe Coutinho, who stays at the club. The bad news is that Liverpool cannot sign Virgil van Dijk without raising money from the Coutinho transfer, and so Manchester City signs the Dutchman instead. City have almost unlimited money and decide to spend it on Van Dijk rather than Aymeric Laporte, who stays at Athletic Bilbao. Also in England, Manchester United, who are in need of a wide player, beat Tottenham to signing Lucas Moura from Paris Saint-Germain, leaving to Tottenham sign Malcolm from Bordeaux instead. While neither player will be very impactful at their new club, it does mean Lucas will not score in the semi-final versus Ajax in 2019, and so Spurs won't be reaching a Champions League final in this universe. Even in a fictional universe Tottenham are unsuccessful. Henrik Mkhitaryan would likely stay at Manchester United but that's not going to affect team success very much. In the second half of the season there are far more changes than the first. Firstly, as they still have Ousmane Dembélé to offset the loss of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang to Arsenal, Borussia Dortmund finished third in the Bundesliga ahead of Hoffenheim. This gives them automatic qualification for next year's Champions League. In Europe, it is Bayern Munich, not Paris Saint-Germain, who lost to Real Madrid in the round of 16. Paris get to the semi-final before losing to the famous Ronaldo, Bale and Benzema frontline. This side of the draw is less affected due to the European dominance of Real Madrid. It doesn't matter when you play them, in the Champions League, you're going to lose. The other side of draw is more interesting. Playing for Manchester City, Van Dijk knocks out Liverpool who are too weak defensively to stop the team in sky blue. Unfortunately for City fan, the Dutchman is not enough to stop City losing in the semi-final to Barcelona. Van Dijk is a historically great defender, but even he is no match for MSN when they're at their best. Barcelona's victory set up an El Clásico Champions League final. The fictional universe has delivered football fans that which they always wanted. Messi vs Ronaldo. MSN vs BBC. Barcelona vs Madrid on the biggest stage of them all. While it's incredibly tough to split them, in this time Barcelona had the upper hand in their league games and they would do here too. This means that if Neymar had stayed, and Barcelona would have won the Champions League that season. In further Barcelona success, it is likely that winning the Champions League in 2018 may have given Messi the edge over Modric and led to a sixth Ballon d'Or for the man from Argentina.